Imba.
Hallelujah. You better sing for Jesus.
Imba.
Yesu ni mwokozi wangu, mimi nitacheza. Give him your best dance. Dance for Jesus. Yesu ni mwokozi wangu, mimi nitaruka. You better jump for Jesus. Yesu ni mwokozi wangu, mimi nitaruka. Is that your best jump? Yes. Is that your best jump? Ruka. Amekuokoa wewe, ruka. Amekubariki wewe, ruka. Amekuokoa wewe, ruka. Shangwe na vigelegele. Yesu ni mwokozi wangu, mimi nitaimba. Yesu ni mwokozi wangu, mimi nitacheza. Better dance for Jesus. Give me the best dance. Yesu ni mwokozi wangu, mimi nitacheza. Give him your best dance. Yesu ni mwokozi wangu, mimi nitapiga kelele. Give your best to Jesus. Ruka. Hallelujah. Now I want you to look for a neighbor. Look for a neighbor. Tafuta jirani. Mwambie zame wa moyo. Tafuta jirani. Zame wa moyo. Look for one neighbor. Another one. Zame wa moyo. Suni mwokozi wangu, mimi nitaruka. Atia jirani yako mkono wa Yesu. Atia huyo mwingine mkono wa Yesu. Atia jirani yako mkono wa Yesu. Salimia wawili watatu. Mwambie amebarikiwa. Mwambie ameinuliwa. Hallelujah. Ekele. Tafuta jirani, usisalimia ule jirani. Hakikisha umesalimia watano. Hallelujah. Patia jirani yako mkono wa Yesu. Patia huyo mwingine mkono wa Yesu. Patia jirani yako mkono wa Yesu. Pia unapendeza. Chini kabisa, chini. Aya, panda. Tafuta bendera. Bendera yake Yesu sasa inapepea.
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 Bendera ya ushindi sasa inapepea.
Bendera yake Yesu sasa inapepea.
Peperusha. Wapisha mwana vigelegele. Hallelujah. Rabanzena tunakupenda Yesu, haleluya. One more time, kana tuwe sote kanisa. One more time, kanisa tuimbe sote, tunakupenda Yesu. Haleluya. Tunakupenda Yesu. Haleluya. Tunakupenda Yesu. Tunakupenda. Ukanichagua, ukanipaka mafuta, ukaniteua, nikawa mwana kwako, nimekuwa rafiki yako. Nakupenda Yesu, nakupenda Yesu, nakupenda Yesu, nakupenda Yesu. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Raise your worship to Jesus. Mwambie Yesu nakupenda, Yesu nakupenda. Natangaza upendo wangu, natangaza upendo wangu, natangaza upendo wangu, natangaza upendo wangu juu ya maisha yangu, natangaza upendo wangu kwako juu ya kanisa lako. Give him the glory. Come on, give him the glory. Upatie utukufu Yesu. Mwambie nakupenda, nakupenda, nakupenda. Wewe ni mwaminifu Bwana, wewe ni mwaminifu Yesu. Hujawahi kutuacha kamwe. Kila hatua tumesonga na wewe, hatukuweza bila wewe. Someone worship the Lord with me. Mtu tumwabudu Bwana. Inua sauti yako, mwambie nakupenda Yesu, nakupenda Yesu jinsi ulipenda Bwana. Wewe ni Mungu hakuna. Rana musikanda la bazea. Ingawa tulikuwa tumeenda mbali Bwana, ulitupenda jinsi tulivyo Yesu. Hukutubagua kwa ajili ya umri wala rangi. Ukatupenda Yesu, ukatuchukua Bwana na kutuweka katika mfuko wako Yesu. Nani kama wewe Yesu? Nani kama wewe Bwana? Nani mwenye nguvu kama zako Yesu? Tunainama mbele zako Yesu, tunakiri upendo wako Yesu. Hakuna kama wewe Bwana, hakuna kama wewe Yesu. Someone worship the Lord. Someone mwabudu Bwana, tunaamini hakika Yesu ni mwema, hakika Mungu ni mwema, hakika Mungu ni mwema. Hakika wewe ni Baba. Tusema Yesu tunakupenda. Yesu amina, tunakupenda Yesu, tunakupenda haleluya, tunakupenda Yesu, tunakupenda haleluya. Kanisa tunakupenda Yesu, tunakupenda That is our confession this afternoon. Tunataka kukiria kwamba Bwana twakupenda, hata ingawa sisi twapungua katika upendo wako. Wewe bado watupenda Bwana na upendo mwingi. Tunataka kukuambia ni asante kwa vile umekuwa nasi tangia asubuhi. Tunataka kukuambia ni asante kwa wakati Bwana ambao tunaketi chini, bado utufunze Bwana. Fungua masikio yetu Bwana ya kiroho na ya mwili, ili Bwana tusiwe wakubafu Bwana. Naomba Bwana katika jina la Yesu, kupitia Roho wako Mtakatifu, uenda kutufunilia mambo Bwana ambayo ni huku duniani na huku mbinguni, katika jina la Yesu. Mnenaji wetu Bwana wa adhuhuri aliyotomkabidhi mikononi mwako, na Bwana ukamtumia kama chombo chako cha dhamana, katika jina la Yesu. Asante Mfalme wa rehema, maana utakuwa pamoja nasi. Wale ambao Bwana tumebakia kubarikiwa na wewe, tubariki. Wale ambao tumepungukiwa katika upendo, bado tuongeze. Wale ambao tumepungukiwa katika imani, bado tuongeze imani, katika jina la Yesu. Kaa pamoja nasi na utubariki. In the name of the Father, the Son and the Holy Spirit. And the church says Amen. Shangwe na vigelegele. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. We are going to welcome our mom. We are going to welcome our mother, Madam Mrs. Oyenya, ndio atuelekeze hapo pengine.
Thank you so much, Monica, for giving me this opportunity. And I hope everybody is okay. Tumekunywa chai, tuko na furaha, si ndio? Before I invite our speaker today, our visitor, our guest, he is going to talk about health. And because he is talking about health, before he comes here, I want to ask one of us, Rosemary, hebu kuja utuambie tu mambo ya health kidogo. Monica, kuja haraka. I mean Rosemary. watu wanataka kujua mambo ya health, na kwa sababu tuko na mashida nyingi ya mwili, ni lazima tujaribu kila wakati. Rosemary, nimekupea dakika 5.
Habari zenu zote nyote. Bwana asifiwe. Najua tumeboeka, lakini ni sawa, masaa imesonga. But Mungu ni mwema. Naitwa Rosemary Mbae na nimeokoka. Kristo ni Bwana. Natoka Nyandarua natoka Presbytery ya Nyandarua, parish ya Magumu. Kwa sasa, na kwa sababu nimepewa 5 minutes, I think already nimetumia 2. I'll go straight to my point. We are talking about health, and currently tukisema health ndio inaharibu watu wengi sana na ndio imefinyilia watu wengi sana, and it is very important kuwa tunajua mambo ya health maishani mwetu. I myself, I deal with cancer patients kwenye nafanya kazi, na si kitu rahisi, na of late inasemekana cancer ndio second killing disease in the world. That is after heart disease. Kwa hivyo hapo nikisema hivyo inaonekana iko shinda, na kwa sababu ya masaa, I'll just go straight. I want to talk about breast cancer. Kitu kidogo sana. It's a very broad topic, but because of time I'll just mention very few things that are basic and that are necessary for us. Na nilichagua hii kwa sababu even men of today, wanaume mko wapi? Inueni mikono juu mahali mko. Good. Even the men today are suffering breast cancer. It might be surprising, lakini ni ukweli. Already niko na wawili. I have 2 patients who have breast cancer, and already washaanza mambo ya kimo. Kwa hivyo ni mzuri pia wanaume tukue keen tusikie hii maneno. Tukiuliza cancer ni nini? Cancer inasemekana ya kwamba ni abnormal division of cells in a certain part of the body, and this happens uncontrollably. Ama kwa wenye wanaweza kuwa na shinda ya Kiingereza, ni ile cells za mwili zinaanza kujigawa, ama zinakuwa zaidi kuliko vile zinafaa kuwa zikikuwa. Na hizi cells ziko kwa mwili yote, every part of the body, isipokuwa tu the nails na nywele. Hizo tu ndio haziwezi zikashikwa na kansa. Bwana asifiwe. Bwana asifiwe. Najua hapa si kwa Bwana asifiwe, lakini wacha tu tutulie tusikie. Haya. Kama vile nimesema, I will not be very deep. Kwa hivyo nitaenda haraka. Ni nini inafanya watu wapate kansa ya breast? Ni nini inasababisha sana sana? Number 1, kuna alcohol intake. Mambo ya kukunywa pombe. Watu wengi wanapata breast cancer kwa sababu ya pombe, na si breast peke yake, ni kansa mingi za aina zote. Kuna kitu kingine inaitwa hereditary ama family history, ama tuseme kwa familia yetu kuna mtu amewahi kuwa na shida ya kansa ya matiti. Hiyo pia inaweza fanya na mimi pia, na sisemi nishikwe na shida kama hiyo. Bwana asifiwe. Na ndio huwa tunasema ya kwamba kama kwa familia yako unajua ya kwamba kuna mtu amewahi patwa na breast cancer ama colon cancer ama whatever kind of cancer, ni kitu ya muhimu sana kuangalia ya kwamba kila mwaka unafanywa examination ama unafanywa test to rule out kama unaweza kuwa na kitu kama hiyo. Kitu kingine, miaka 55 and above tuko at risk. Kama miaka yako uko 55 and above, you are at a risk of getting breast cancer. Then exposure to radiation. Tunasikianga saa ile mtu amepata shida ya cancer, kuna ile treatment inaitwa radiotherapy, na pia ukienda hospitalini unapata kuna x-rays zinafanywa, kuna MRI, kuna CT scan. Hizo vitu zote zinaweza kukuexpose kupata cancer. Na sana tukipata shinda ya kifua, Test ya kwanza yenye inafanywa ni x-ray ya wapi? X-ray ya chest. Na ukiangalia chest iko karibu na nini? Na matiti. So that radiation is also not good. Kwa hivyo saa nyingine tunasemanga kama umeenda hospitali na uko na shida ya kifua, unaambiwa sijui tufanye x-ray, wengine watafanya hivyo throughout the diagnosis. Saa nyingine mtu anasemanga wacha nifanye hizi test zingine kwanza before niende for this other one. That exposure is not good. Then kuna hormonal replacement therapy, especially watu wako menopausal age. Tukifika hapo menopause, sana sana tunaendaga kutafuta dawa za kuzuia those symptoms of menopause. So tunaenda tunapatiwa hizi dawa za hormones za kupunguza mashinda za menopause. So that could also be a cause or a risk factor yenye inaweza kufanya wewe upatwe na shida ya kansa. Tuko pamoja? Haya. I'll go to warning signs. Ama vile vitu unaweza ona ujue ama ufikirie ama uanze kusema nahitaji kuona daktari kwa sababu ya 1 2 3. Maana siku hizi kile kinatuua watu wangu. What is killing people today? It is ignorance. You have a problem ama unaona kuna kashinda mahali, unaenda unatafuta kapanado, kashinda kanaisha, unatulia. But you don't want to go for further investigations, which is very necessary. Okay, warning signs ama signs zenye unaweza ona kwa matiti yako, uone unafaa kwenda kuangaliwa. Number 1, kuna breast lump. Kuna kitu inaitwa a lump. Lump ni kakitu kamefura hivi kidogo, na kuna zingine zinakuanga kubwa depending na when it is started. So, okay, when we come to breast examination, tutaangalia vile unaweza pata hiyo lump. Kufinya matiti, kuangalia kama kuna mahali kumefura. Kama unapata mahali ambapo kuna fura na ni kitu ambacho hakijakuwa hapo before, basi hiyo ni sign ya kukuambia unafaa kuona daktari. That's number 1. Number 2, kuna thickening and swelling. Thickening ni ile ya kusikia ni kama nyonyo yako inafura. I mean ni ngumu, kind of inakaa kama stone. And then utaona pia nyonyo yako kuna vile inafura kuliko vile inafaa kukua. Na nikiongea hapa, tafadhali nataka kuexclude watu ambao wako na watoto wadogo wenye wako breastfeeding, because hizo utasikia kama uko breastfeeding. Saa ile maziwa iko kwa matiti, ukishika utasikia nyonyo zako zimefura na utasikia hata uchungu. Kwa hivyo for breastfeeding mothers, musijali na musiwe na uoga. Haya, kuna nipple pulling in or pain. Unaona kuna kitu inaitwa nipple. Nipple ni yako kakitu kako hapo kwa nyonyo hapo mbele kwa mdomo, mahali mtoto anavurutanga saa ile ananyonya. Hiyo ndio naita nipple. Na hiyo okay, kuna watu wengine ambao wamezaliwa wakiwa na nipples ambazo zimeingia ndani. But in the real sense inafaa kuwa ni kitu unaweza shika. Sawa sawa? So ukiona nyonyo yako na ukiona sio kawaida vile imekuwa tangu upate matiti, uangalie uone kuna vile kanajiingiza ndani na kako na uchungu. Hapo, that is what we call what? A warning sign. Ya kwamba kuna kitu ambacho hakiko sawa. Tuko pamoja? Haya, kuna kitu kingine inaitwa abnormal breast discharge. Discharge ni ile kitu inatoka ndani. Unaweza shika matiti yako ufinye, uone inatoa maji ambayo si kawaida. Na especially watu wamemaliza kunyonyesha, of course, haufai kuwa ukiona discharge kwa matiti. Kwa hivyo in case uone kitu inakaa hivyo, ama ufinye nyonyo yako saa ile unafanya breast examination, uone kuna vile inatoa tu maji, basi hapo unafaa kukua keen na utafute daktari akuangalie. Kuna kitu inaitwa orange peel like skin. Watu ambao wamezeeka kama mimi, during our younger age, tulikuwa na machungwa ingine ambayo ilikuwa inamea naturally kwa shamba. Na hiyo machungwa hata kupeel ilikuwa very easy, kutoa maganda. Na hiyo ganda ukiangalia juu saa ile imeiva, inakuanga na tuvitu tunakaa kama two dimples hapa juu. So for a breast, it's not supposed to be having such things. Inafaa kuwa smooth throughout, and the smoothness is supposed to be continuous. So ukiona your breast ama matiti yako imeanza kugeuka, imeanza kuwa na uto tuvitu tunakuja maybe mahali pamoja, basi that is also a sign that you need to be worried about. Aya, there's something called growing veins. Veins ni hizi misiba ambayo inapeleka damu kwa mwili. Ukienda kufanya examination uone matiti yako ina hizo veins zinakuja hapa juu, zinaanza kutoka abnormally zenye hazijakuwa hapo mbeleni, that's another sign that you need to be worried about. Changes in size and shape. Nyonyo yako tangu wakati ulipata ukanyonyesha ukafika mahali pa kuacha kunyonyesha, you know how it looks like. But when you go to the mirror, alafu uangalie uone ni kama hii inafura kuliko hii, then hapo ni danger. But remember, kuna watu wengine wanakuanga na matiti moja kubwa na moja dogo. So it depends. You have to be very careful. Uangalie kama ni kuanza kufura ama imekuwa tu hivyo. Bwana asifiwe. Kuna something else we call irritation ama dimpling of the skin. Irritation is ingine unasikia kuna mahali kuna washa na yajakuwa kawaida yake kuwasha. Na pahali ambapo kuna washa unapata pia ni kama kuna ingia ndani kama dimples. Wale wanakuanga na donyi, sitako donyi na koyo isio, unaona ni kama breast yako inapata something like a donyi mahali. That is something that you need to be keen on. Aya, now tukifika hapo, kuna kitu inaitwa lymph node. Lymph node ama lymph gland, something called lymph gland. I'm just brief sababu ya masaa. I think hata 5 minutes zangu zimeisha. Lymph nodes ni tuvitu ambapo I know some of you know about lymph nodes. Ukishika mahali kama hapa ama hapa ama kwa mafua, ni kama mafua ama hapa hivi, kuna tuvitu huwa tunamea. Unasikia ukifanya palpation ama ukifanya hivi, unasikia kakitu hapo kanakaa kama ka bean shape. Kakitu kadogo tu hapa. But sometimes wakati mtu amegonjeka, ukifanya hiyo kitu utasikia ni kama imefura. That's a lymph gland. Na hiyo lymph gland inasaidia kusieve ama kuchunga uchafu ambao unakuja kwa mwili wako kama germs, inachunga before ifike kwa mwili yote. Kwa hivyo saa ile uko mgonjwa, especially watu wenye wanapata tonsils sana, unapata ukigonjeka, unapata hizi vitu zimeanza kufura. Na ukienda hospitali utapata hata daktari akikufanyia examination, utapata anakushika hivi, unashindwa ni nini anafanya, is looking for those two small things. Na hizo vitu, when you have a problem in your body when you are sick, they tend to zinafura. Why? Because the germs ama the bacteria that are in your body that are bringing the illness, they go and accumulate there when the lymph glands are trying to sieve them out. Okay? So, why I'm talking about lymph nodes is because when you have a problem with your breast, sometimes hata unaweza kosa kupata any sign kwa breast yako. But ukikuja hapa kwa armpit and then you start the palpation, ile tunaita kuguzaguza hapo, utapata kuna kufura hapo ndani. Wacha kushika ijafura yako. So, when you do that, that is when you come to realize that there is something wrong with your body. Because there is something swollen there, it's something that has not been there before. Na si mafuta, there is a difference between a node and mafuta. Jusa ingine, kuna kunona. Penye unanona mpaka, huku unasikia kumefura. But that one is inside. Lazima uingize mkono ndani kabisa, ndio uweze kuguza mahali kako. So in case you happen to get such a thing, such a swelling under your armpit, know that there's a problem with your breast. You need to relate the two. Tuko pamoja? Bwana asifiwe. Now, allow me to just take you through kidogo tu about self-breast examination. Kwa sababu that is where we start from. You have to diagnose yourself first, even before you go to the doctor. Ama ni aje? Now, I know all of us, or some of us, we have a mirror in the house. Tuko na ile kioo mrefu. Na hata kama hauna ile kioo mrefu, uko na ile inaweza fika at least hapa. Mahali ambapo unaweza kuona matiti yako vizuri. This one is done mostly saa ile unaenda bafu. And it is done once in a month. Why are we doing it once in a month? There are reasons as to why. Kwa sababu, when we are in our periods, it is very, very possible kwenda kufanya hiyo examination na upate vitu mingi sana kwa matiti yako. Because that is when the hormones are so active. And when the hormones are active, they tend even to fill your breast. Ndio nasikianga saa ingine ni kama hata mwili yenyewe kilo ni mingi. Baka unashindwa ni nini? They are the hormones that are working at that time. So, you are undevised between the first day and the 5th day of your period. That is a time that you are not supposed to examine your breast. But from the 8th day to the 12th day, from 8 to 12, your best time ya kwenda kufanya kuangalia matiti yako. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu kutoka 13 mpaka tena around 16, hapo pia kuna kuanga na ile tunaita ovulation. Na wakati wa ovulation pia matiti huwa zinafura, hormones pia bado ziko juu. Then from the 16th to the last day when you start your period, you can still do it. Hello? Now, how do you do the breast examination? Tumesema unatafuta kioo. Ukienda bafu unaendanga na nguo. Unatoa nguo zako, si ndio? Unaenda hapo kwa kioo na unasimama kwa kioo. First thing you start with is check the size of your breast. Then after that, unainua mkono yako moja, unaweka hapo. Unaangalia bado kama breast yako vile inakaa, kama kuna mahali kuna some changes that have not been there before. After that you do this one, you come to the other one. Okay? Then from there, and the best way to do your breast examination, si saa ile umelala. Ni saa ile umesimama ama umeketi. Sawa sawa? Then when you are there, I think come here, sister. Haya. Umesimama sasa ama umeketi karibu na kioo. Umeweka mkono yako moja hapo. You are able to see your breast. Si ndio? You are able to see your breast. So, ukiwa hapo kwa kioo, unafanya mkono yako hivyo. You get the farthest breast. Unaigawanya mara 4 like that. And then you start from the farthest. Unakuja, and what you use is this part of your hand. The fingers, this part. See hapa, ni hapa, the 4 fingers. So, you take the farthest part, and then you do a circular motion. Ukiangalia ndani, kufinya ndani, kufinya ndani. Then you come to the next part of it. Unakuja, unafinya ndani vizuri. Ukikuja hapa juu, you come to the lower part, you come to the last part. Tuko pamoja? You can see from behind. Then after that, when you are through with all round, you come to the nipple. You hold your nipple, you express it. Uone kama kuna kitu itatoka. And before expressing, you also palpate it inwards, like that, in a circular motion. Why are we doing the 4 division? Because ukisema ufanye hapa, and then ukuje hapa, and then uinue hapa, ukuje huku, you might leave a lump in between, and you miss. Okay? So it's a matter of going round without removing your hand. When you start, you go round, mpaka ukuje to the last point where you started. Then you go to the nipple, express, see whether there's anything that is coming out. Then after that, don't forget the armpit. Once you are done with the first breast, come to the armpit, do the same. Yeah? Once you are through, come to this other, put your hand on your hand, come to this other breast, start from the farthest, the same motion, express, palpate on top, check your armpit, and it will be done for you. We usually have breast examinations during October, and it is not strictly October. If you go to the hospital and you feel you want to be done a breast examination, you can always request, and you'll be done. Why? Because being done in the hospital is not the same as you yourself doing it. Tunaelewana? It's always good to check yourself, and every month, try and do it. There are several investigations zenye zinafanywa. Tunafanya ultrasound, tunafanya mammogram, tunafanya what we call a scan, the CT scan, depending na vile tunaona kwa matiti yako. But before you go to all those, step ya kwanza ni nini? Self breast examination, ama uende kwa daktari akufanyia yeye mwenyewe. Sawa sawa. All in all, that is cancer, and I won't continue because my time is already gone. But if we get time another time, we shall continue with the presentation. But remember, Psalms 103 says that the Lord is the healer of all our diseases. He is not defeated. May the Lord bless you.
Thank you so much, Rosemary. Hiyo ni makofi mzuri kweli ya watu wenye wamesoma. Thank you so much. And now I want to invite our guest speaker today. His name is Pascal Okubasu. Pascal Okubasu alisaliwa hapa Mombasa, Kogowea, lakini akiwa mchanga akahama akaenda Trans Nzoia County akasomea huko. After his education, Form 4 education, akaenda Nairobi University, akafanya Bachelor of Commerce. Kutoka hapo, akaenda Strathmore, akakuja akawa accountant, and he is a member of ICPAK. He is currently internal auditor in education sector. Hiyo ingine atakuja kumwambia kwa sababu yake ni mingi sana. Nikianza kumuelezea hapa atakosa ya kumwambia kuhusu yeye. He is a good friend of mine. Anapelekaga watu bali. Ukitaka kupanda mlima atakupandisha. Kuna wakati alinipandisha Gong Hills. Tukafika pahali nikamwambia mimi narudi. Akaniambia ukianza hakuna kurudi. Milima 7. Akanipeleka mpaka tukamaliza. Tulitumia 8 hours. Karibu sana Pascal.
Thank you very much. Vile mmesikia naitwa Kubasu. Naitwa Kubasu. But officially naitwa Okubasu. Kwa sababu ya influence ya nursery school teacher. When I went to nursery school, my teacher said, your name is not Kubasu. Your name is Okubasu. So because all of us, all my siblings went to the same nursery school teacher, tukaitwa Okubasu, except our last 2 siblings. Sisi tuko 11, Our last 2 wenye hawakufunzwa na huyo mwalimu ndio wanaitwa Kubasu. So naitwa Kubasu, but officially naitwa Okubasu. Pascal is my first name. I am married, watoto ni watatu, wasichana wawili na kijana mmoja. Siku hizi lazima ukuwe very careful. You should say your sexual orientation. I am heterosexual. What does that mean? I'm attracted to the opposite sex. Najua siku hizi hiyo mambo imekuwa mbaya sana. Yeah. I went to the University of Nairobi. I became an accountant. But there's something that I like so much, which I developed interest. I had it, but now I became more associated with it after the passing on of my dad in 2020, simply because of what I saw when I requested for a postmortem. When I requested for a postmortem, you know what happens in a postmortem? You want to know the cause of death. Sindio? And for the doctors to know the cause of death, they go to the body. Sindio? Wanafungua kila kitu. And our bodies ni hapa. Sindio? This part. That is our body. So when I was called inside, I was with my brother. When we were called inside, my younger brother ran away. Why? He could not stand what he saw. He never knew that the body of a person could be opened and you could see everything inside. So what I saw inside there was one thing called fat. Fat. Sindio? Fat. Mafuta. And from that day, I said, I must change. So the cause of death of my father was there was too much fat at this area. And that was caused by, number one, inactivity. Number two, what you eat. Simple. So our bodies are what we eat. Shida zote za mwanadamu, health is what goes inside. So napenda mambo ya fitness. Like she said, kupanda mlima is one of the activities to test yourself, to test your heartbeat. It's very important. So today I'm here to talk about nutrition, but because of time, and you know when it's towards lunchtime, it's actually 1 o'clock. Our minds are distracted. But because I'm going to talk about health and talk about food, maybe you will even say, atungeenda hiyo lunch, sindio? But like they say, we need to enjoy that lunch. So I don't know if we can have a projection. If it's not possible, because of time, I'll be very fast. So what is nutrition? But first, before we go to nutrition, what is food? Food is what we eat and is a substance that gives us energy. Inatupatia nguvu, number one. Inajenga cells za mwili, number two. Ina repair zile ziko damaged, number three. Number four, it aids in the production of useful body compounds. So food is categorized in either energy giving, body building, or protection to our system. So what is energy? Energy giving is cereals, sugars, fats, oils, coconuts, groundnuts. Body building ni protein, legumes, samaki, and protective, what ile natuchunga ni vegetables, fruits, oranges, and even watermelon. So what is now nutrition? Because that is food. Nutrition is now using the food to be healthy. Using the food to be healthy. Now, that means nutrition is all about eating a healthy and balanced diet. So what is a healthy and balanced diet? It has all the macro and micronutrients. Macronutrients are what we should consume in large numbers. Carbohydrates, fats, proteins, and water contained in food which comprises of micronutrients. And then the micro ones, the small ones, are vitamins and minerals. So carbohydrates, what is the primary source of energy in most diets. Sweet foods such as cakes should not be consumed, or if they are consumed, they should be consumed minimally because they do not provide the actual nutrients that we want. So we need starch, fiber, and sugars. Those are carbohydrates. So a normal person will need 400 to 500 grams of carbohydrates daily for a diet. A growing child, a lactating mother, a person involved in physical exercise will need greater energy requirements. So number 2 is proteins. Proteins, they're actually bodybuilding, and they help us to grow in growth development. They maintain and repair tissues. Metabolism ni kuweza kusiaga hiyo chakula ukikula. Unaona? When it goes in, so proteins assist us to do that. And then we are recommended 1 kilogram of body weight, 60 grams of protein, equivalent to 1 egg and a piece of meat. Mesikia nimesema 1 egg and a piece of meat. Wengine wanakula kilo mzima, si ndio? Kilo mzima ndio unasikia ati imefika pahali. We'll talk about that. However, children and lactating mothers need more protein because children will need more as opposed to those people who are not active. So extra protein is required during illness and even after surgery because the body has extra demands for protein to replace whatever is repaired and what is worn out tissues. We also need fats and oils. These ones are derived from animals, and some fats are derived from plants. So fats are rich in energy. They build body cells and support brain development. For infants, they help process and facilitate absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. So the major components are fatty acids. So according to chemical properties, fatty acids can be divided into saturated and unsaturated. So that is not what we want to dwell on so much here. Water is also very important for our bodies. I said I'll be very fast because it's essential to transport whatever is being digested. So we need to drink water. So water is also good because it maintains our body temperatures. Sources of water would be, water is replenished by drinking plain water or tea, milk, fruit juices. When you eat fruits, when you eat vegetables, when you eat fish, some amount of water comes out of byproduct of glucose in the body. So roughage is also good because it helps in the bowel movement, it cleans digestion and tracts and helps the digestive system. So vitamins, lastly, are also very important to our body. And minerals which have calcium, zinc, other minerals like magnesium, fluoride, sodium are also very important. Now, I would like to say animal source foods are good because they are readily digested into protein and rich in energy. So we have animal source foods that are exclusive, and are good for the diet. That is vitamin B12 and vitamin A, particularly milk, which protects children from diseases. Now that is nutrition. Because we talk about food that we are supposed to have, balanced diet. Now we eat it. Now what is important is what happens after we eat. What happens after we eat is very important because depending on how we use what we have eaten or the quantities that we have consumed is going to affect our bodies. And our bodies, like I would repeat again, our bodies is what comes in. What comes in here and is everything about you. So if you put, like they say, garbage in, garbage out, So ukiweka mingi, mwili itakuwa kubwa, si ndio? Ukiweka mingi, mwili inakuwa kubwa. Na it's even worse when you put genetics. Genetics, there some people are just big naturally, si ndio? Although we use that as an excuse. Ati mimi mwili yangu ni kubwa tu, hata nakula kidogo. anakuwa mkubwa, si ndio? We use that as an excuse. So what happens after is what really matters. And because of the audience, I would start with what is problematic to us. The first thing is that appears to be a problem is the knees. Si ndio? Magoti, eh? Shida ya magoti. Knee pain. Knee pain. It's common among adults and is associated with wear and tear of daily activities like walking, bending, standing, and lifting. Walking, bending, standing, and lifting. And in a family setup, it is the ladies who do a lot of this, sindio? Eh? So in most of the cases we'll hear, you will feel it is the ladies who will complain more of the pain than the men. Yeah? So we have athletes who run and play sports like jumping, pivoting. Those ones experience knee pain and problems. But whether an individual's knee pain is caused by aging or injury, it can be a really, really big problem in life. So that is what we want to start with. Common knee problems. I don't know if you can play us that video. There's a video that I wanted us to share. Okay, as he looks for it, most of the causes of knee problems is aging, as you grow old, injury, or repeated stress on the knee. What is repeated stress on the knee? Because I'm saying you are bending, you are squatting, you are lifting. So every time you do that, there is an interaction. So the knee two things, eh? It is just one bone and the other bone. So two bones come together. Ile ya chini na ya juu zinakuja hivi. So when they come together like this, there is something that holds on to them. It's called a cartilage. So cartilage is around it. So around it there's a cartilage. So that cartilage keeps on wearing out. So ukifanya kitu ina wear out pole pole with aging. So it is worse if you have an activity like sports or continuously something heavy. And it's made worse ukiwa mzito. Sindio? Ukiwa mzito sana. It is made worse because of the force you exert on the knee. So hiyo kusiaga kila wakati 1, 2, 3 kila wakati cartilage inaisha. Ikiisha ndio unaanza kusikia uchungu. I want us, can you project this? This one maybe we'll be able to explain better. Number 5, slide number 5 on knee pain. Are we there? Okay? So that wearing out of the cartilage loss is what causes the pain. You can see that? Everyone can see that? You see the first on the I think it's on your left. On your left, you can see the articular cartilage. That cartilage is what is covering the top knee and the lower knee. So the meniscus is what holds the knee, the upper knee. So when there is movement in and out, there is cartilage loss. So hiyo cartilage ikiisha, that is where problems start. That cartilage wears out faster if you are in a very big activity or if you are very heavy. So what we are saying is that all this goes down to causing knee problems. Knee pain. Knee pain is a big issue for us. So in the initial, how do we treat knee problems? The initial treatment methods do not provide relief, and X-ray shows destruction of the joint. Sometimes we have a knee replacement, and that is the worst part of it, when the knee has to be replaced. So that is one, our knee problem. I wanted to talk about that knee problem. That is a very big issue for us, and that is caused by weight. And this goes back to, how does this weight come in? You see how weight comes in through what we eat. So food, in the end, goes to nutrition, and then it goes to the problems that we have. The second thing I want to talk about is back pain. Back pain. Back pain is also another problem. This one is one of the most reasons why people seek medical help or even miss work. So back pain is a leading cause of disability worldwide. Fortunately, measures can help prevent back pain, especially for younger people who are less than 60 years old. So we have surgery is the most extreme part of correction of back pain. So what causes back pain? The most common cause of back pain is a sprain. A sprain. When you sprain your back, that is caused by improper lifting. Unashika tu kitu, when it's heavy, you can't lift it well. That's improper. Or bad posture. Bad posture. Nakubaliwa keti hapa. Can I sit? Okay. This is a seat. That is proper posture. You see the difference? Yeah? Like that. Your back should be straight. But this, unaona TV, hata unakula hivyo, when you expose, that is improper posture. That will cause back pain. And for us who are a little bit older, that is even worse. The next thing is lack of regular exercise. So being overweight may increase the risk of back pains and sprains. So poor posture, muscle strain. Sometimes back pain is caused by a nerve inakalia ingine. That is a very bad one. The discs can move because of accidents. So how do we help back pain? So we must strengthen our core muscles. So your lower back is under the stress of supporting your upper body. So your lower back supports the upper body. So you must exercise. So you must do stretches every day. Avoid sitting like that. You take walks, unatembea kabisa, briskly. You lift correctly. Like ukiinama lazima uiname vizuri. Usiiname hivi. Sindio? Kama unabeba maji. So reduce pressure on your back. Don't carry very heavy loads. Watch your weight. We'll talk about that. And you should also quit smoking. So sometimes the lower back pain can be on one side, which is normal. Unaweza sikia tu back pain one side. It is shooting on one side. That could be the nerve. That could be the nerve. So what causes lower back pain in females? We say the most common one is poor posture, unnecessary strain on the spines. Ile kazi tunafanya kila siku, where because you wake up in the morning, you do the chores, that is really going to affect your back because you don't sit for long hours. Every time you do something, make sure you relax a bit, and that will be important. The other thing that causes back pain in females is high heels. Sindio? high heels. Sindio? You walk. So when you walk like that, it means you are twisting. And continuous like that, and because our bodies are not, wherever you are stepping is not uniform, that can really cause back pain. Wakati mwingine tuko na very heavy bags, si ndio? Bag. Hii bag tunabeba. Ni mzito, iko na ukifungua hiyo bag iko na vitu mingi sana. Si ndio? So inawekwa upande hii, so you walk like that or no? It's one side. That affects our posture. So, what are some of the home remedies? Ointments, tunajipaka. We do massage. Tuliambiwa hapa watu wasiogopane. Nimesikia mmoja akisema hapa, si ndio? Unamwambia afanye massage. Hapo pale unasikia uchungu, si ndio? Massage. And then there's the simplest way of attacking a sprained muscle. Basically, back pain is caused by the muscle tightens. When it tightens, it only needs to be released, and then the pain will go. So the simplest way is to touch, just with some oil, touch where it's very painful, and then press. It's called long press. Just press it long. Just press it for long and release it. When you repeat it 3 times, the pain that was there at the beginning is not the pain that will be there at the end. And then massage slowly, that becomes easy. So we can even change what we wear. Ladies, change what we wear. You can perform stretches. Just wake up and stretch. Hata ukifanya hivi. How many of you even just do this? You wake up and do this. Ama unaamka tu unaanza kazi. You just stretch. You just go down and stretch up. Just stretch. Simple ones. Yeah. You should adjust your posture. Don't sit like that. And there are sometimes oral medication, which we do not advise. Oral medication, unless it's something very extreme. Because when you depend on medication, it just kills the pain, which is temporary. That will not be of help to you. Now, that is back pain. Now I want to come to what I'm calling weight, because weight is the issue here. Weight is the issue. Weight. So our journey to weight loss. Our journey to weight loss. Can we see that video? Can you see the video? Imepotea? Bring it back. Bring back the video. From the beginning. Okay, weight loss. So weight loss. How do we lose weight? How do we lose weight? You can see those people? Yeah? Inapotea. But he'll give us some time. So how do we lose weight? There are 4 things. 4 steps to weight loss. 4 steps for your journey to weight loss. So the first one is quantity. The first one is quantity. So just eat what you eat. Hiyo vitu yote unakula, eat. Eat everything you eat. Anytime you eat, eat. But just do one thing. Reduce the quantity. Reduce the quantity. Eat everything, but reduce the quantity. That is step number 1. Eat everything, but reduce quantity. Number 2, after some time, ukishapunguza quantity, you realize there is some change when you reduce the quantity. Number 2, you go to frequency. Frequency is the number of times you eat. Frequency is the number of times you eat. So, kuna wengine wakiamka asubuhi, chai, mandazi, pancake, si ndio? Mayai, ngwashe. Hiyo ni saa ngapi? Saa moja, si ndio? Saa moja. Ikifika saa 4, chai ama uji, si ndio? Nilisikia hapa wakisema ati mzee anastahili kununuliwa kashati kanaonyesha tumbo kidogo. Anaitwaje haka kashati? Inaonyesha tumbo kidogo. Ati inaonekana umempikia. Okay. So, saa 4 kuna nini? Uji na hizo vitu zingine. Saa 7 ugali, si ndio? Na nyama. Na chapo. Saa 10 chai na mandazi. Aya. Hiyo ni saa 10. Aya, saa 1 ama saa 2 ugali na nini? Na nyama tena. Aya. Alafu there is the other habit. After kula chai, si ndio? So tumeanza na chai asubuhi, that's meal number 1, si ndio? Saa 4 meal number 2. Saa 7 meal number 3. Saa 10 meal number 4. Saa 1 ama saa 2 meal number, kabla tulale. Na haka kachai apewi peke yake, si anapewa na kakitu. So meal number 6. So the second step, the first step I said, eat, but just reduce the quantity. The second step, we change the number of times. The number of times. We move from 6 to 5. Tunaweza toa hiyo ya saa 4 ya usiku tunaweza toa, si ndio? Hiyo ni rahisi kutoa. Tunatoa hiyo. We remove that one and come to 5. After some time, we remove which one? Saa 10, si ndio? Si zinabaki 4. After some time, we remove which one? Saa 4. Si zimebakia? We are doing very well. Sasa hizi 3, now we choose which one to remove. Because we should remove. Ideally, we can, 3 is what is assumed standard. Na siku hizi kawaida imekuwa sawa. Siku hizi kawaida imekuwa, wakikwambia you have 3 meals, sasa ni kama kawaida. Usipokula mara 3 unasikia ni kama umaskini imeingia. Ati sisi ni maskini hata hatuwezi tukakula. So 3 meals. Which one do we remove? We remove supper. So to remove supper, what do we need to do to remove supper so that mzee asiumie sana? Heavy breakfast. Heavy breakfast. No, I would suggest we adjust the time. We adjust the time. Sindio? That this time anakula hii, what we call lunch, is closer to the time ya supper. Sindio? That's how we adjust. So we have to move breakfast. We have to move breakfast to some time. So two meals are good. 2 meals are good. But in the long run, we'll talk about something here, that 1 meal is equally better. See, we have a journey. It's a journey to weight loss, ndio? Eh? It doesn't mean that we are not starving. We are not starving. We are eating, ndio? Number 3, remember we said number 1 is quantity, ndio? How much you eat. How much, reduce the quantity. Number 2, we have said the frequency, the number of times we eat. And we have seen how we can reduce from 6 to, ndio? Or even 3. Wacha tubaki 3 kwa sababu me complain sana. Aya, remember, when you reduce quantity, it is easier to reduce the number of times you eat, ndio? Eh? When you reduce the quantity, because now you are not eating much, you can do away with one easily. So that order is very important. So number 3 is the time we eat. Time we eat. The time we eat. So the time we eat is very important. And here I want to throw in something that you have believed all your life. Breakfast is overrated. Breakfast, they say, is the most important. Sindio? Overrated. Breakfast is overrated. I want you to try this when you go home. Okay, why is breakfast overrated? Because we do not need that meal that time. Breakfast ni kuanzia saa 1 mpaka saa 3 hivi. We do not need anything that time. Anything. We do not need anything, just water. So, most of you are elderly here, and you must have stayed with your grandparents, sindio? Because now I can imagine if someone is 60 here or 50, 60, their grandparents, so ni mtu wa kitambo. So when you were staying with your grandparents, what was happening every day in the morning? Walikuwa wanaenda shamba? Si wanaenda shamba? Walikuwa wanakula breakfast wakienda kwa shamba? What happens, I was lucky to have stayed with mine. When they go to the shamba, they would work. Remember, they are working, they have not eaten anything. Do you realize you don't need it? From there, they have just gone to work. So wameenda huko, ikifika saa 5 hivi, mama atarudi. I used to see my grandmother. She comes back, kutengeneza nini uji, sindio? Uji or something. Maybe for watu wanakaa kwa majani chai, we can say they were making tea. Sindio? And that tea is taken to the shamba. It's taken around midday. Around midday. And then, wataendelea. I'm using a typical African setup where everything is shambani, sindio? Everything is shambani. So after that, they would come back and they would prepare the meal for the day. The meal for the day. And they would eat that meal before the chicken come to roast, sindio? Eh? They would eat that meal before kuku ziingie. Hiyo ni saa ngapi? Kabla ya saa 12, si ndio? And that will be the end. That will be the end. You can see the time they have broken the fast. You don't need to break the fast very early. You can break it afternoon. And then the time they ate the second meal. That is before midday. Before 12. Before 6 p.m. Sorry. So that becomes the end of eating. That becomes the end of eating. I'd like to tell you something. When we eat, it takes a minimum of, it depends on what we eat. When we eat meat, for example, 2 hours for it to be digested. The moment unafumba macho, kufumba macho is when you sleep, digestion stops. Unajua hivyo? Ukifumba macho hivi, digestion stops. Sasa, if you eat at 9, si ndio? Una watch TV, si ndio? Si umekula umemaliza, una watch TV, usingizi sitakuchukua. You have taken less than 30 minutes and digestion has stopped. Umekula saa 3, umewekewa mlima. Do you know what happens in the morning when you wake up? And this one you will tell me is true. The first place you go ni wapi? Unaenda kwa choo. Unatoa yote. It is all wasted. What remains yenye hujatoa inakuwa fat. Inakuwa fat. And our body uses fat and sugars for energy. So the easiest to be used is fat. So the easiest to be used is sugar, not fat. The easiest to be used is sugar. So every time we want to do something, our body uses sugars for the energy, and the fat remains. So wewe kazi yako unakula saa 3, umekula chapati yako na nyama na ugali. After 30 minutes umelala kwa kiti, asubuhi unaenda, it becomes a routine. That routine, you develop something called, in your body utakuwa na fats. So the fats continue because you only use sugar. The other thing again, we'll talk, that's point number 4. Sugars inatumika, fat inabaki. Sugars inatumika, and then if you are less active, it's even worse. What now remains is fat and fat and fat. Na unaongeza. So we have seen time. Time is the next thing, is the third point in journey to weight loss. And the last one now. Remember, tumekuwa na 2 meals sasa. Tuko na 2 meals. We have moved from 6. We have adjusted the frequency. We have adjusted the time. Now the last thing is what we eat. What we eat. So we need to choose what we eat. We do not eat anything. We do not eat anything. We eat something that is okay. So the first thing I would want that we avoid is ngano. Number 1, ni nini? Ngano. Gluten is not good for our body. Gluten is a protein that is found in grains like wheat and barley. So nikisema wheat, sema chapati. Wheat, sema mandazi tena. Wheat, keki. Sema ingine wheat, mkate. Sema mkate. So mkate, mandazi, keki. Ingine ni gani? Pizza, si ndio? Name them. So it is a protein that causes, is what holds these grains. Is what makes them remain. Unaona wakati ile unga unakanda, ukivuta hivyo. what makes it remain like that, what binds it together inside is called gluten. So that, if it is taken most of the time, causes inflammation in our gut. So in our gut, tumbo huku. So when this happens for a longer time, it triggers medical conditions that are worse to our bodies. Autoimmune diseases that include lupus. Lupus is what attacks our own tissues. Something just attacking our own tissues in the body. It's also called rheumatoid arthritis, which is very bad for our bodies. It's on your joints. So, wheat. Hii mambo ya asubuhi unapikia mtu chai. Tumesema si asubuhi, si ndio? Tumechange. We are at 2 meals, si ndio? We are breaking the fast at midday. Si ndio? Breaking the fast at midday. You do not aumwekei mandazi, chapati, pancake. Let us avoid things that have gluten. Let us avoid ngano. How do we avoid ngano? By having alternatives. Breakfast unaweza mpatia nini? Gwashe, nduma, and especially now that they are not young people. Unaona? They are not young people. Si ni wazee saizi. There are people who are over 50. They are not young people that utaona after eating they will go to do extreme sports. No. Maybe their activity ni kutembea tu, just walking around. So if you add mandazi, sausage, pancake, kila siku, I'm saying gluten in those things can cause inflammations. That is why people just develop problems from nowhere. To some other people, kama watu si wa Kristo watasema amerogwa, si ndio? Yeah. And it's because of what we eat. Just what we eat. The second thing I would wish you to avoid, although sometimes avoiding is difficult, like hata hiyo ngano, si ndio? When you take in small quantities, like I will give myself an example. I used to love some chapati ndengu. Chapati ndengu. From the time I was a young man, very young from school. Chapati ndengu. So hii chapati wakati mama anapika. Wakati anapika, si unapatia moja. Unachukua moja together with my kaboy, tunakula moja. Wakati tunakula, si iko ingine. Ama mbili, ama tatu. So we have eaten, by the end of the day, we have eaten 4 chapatis in a sitting. Can you imagine 4? Alafu si zimepikwa nyingi zitabaki ya asubuhi, si ndio? Ya chai ya asubuhi. Do you relate to what I'm saying? Asubuhi tena, chai na. So your weekend, every weekend, Saturday ndio ilikuwa siku ya chapati ya asubuhi, chapati na chai. So we need to stop that. If we must have it, it must be in small quantities and over a period of time. Like now, I don't remember the last time I ate chapati. It had to be a very difficult time with my son because now nilikuwa namsaidia ndio tupate kamoja kabla iive, si ndio? Now I'm not part of the game. So chapatis are, and you need to assist the old man. Msaidie. Mwambie, too much of this has a problem in the long run. You might not see it that time, but in the long run, it will be a problem. So the second thing I wanted to say is sugar. Sukari. Si ndio? Sukari ni sukari either ya miwa, ile ya kijiko ya kuchukua, whatever is processed, sugar is sugar. Sugar is sugar. So too much sugar is wrong. The first sugar that we need to avoid easily ni hii ya kuweka kwa chai. Mbona hiyo ya kuweka? And we said, we go back to our story, reduce the quantity. Si ndio? Kama unaweka 3, anza kuweka 2. From 2, you'll go to 1. From 1, you will not need it. Si ndio? Start somewhere. If it is 2, go to 1. If it is 1, go to half. Si ndio? Pia mwili sishtuke. Si ndio? Pole pole tu itaisha. And I'm very sure there are some people here who don't take hiyo sugar ya kuweka. Si ndio? Hiyo chai inaitwaje? Hiyo. Si ndio? I don't come from that. I come from Pcea, so I don't know how it is said properly. I might mispronounce it. So, that is the first one and the easiest. Si ndio? Number 2, sugars processed. Processed sugar. Processed sugar is in the easiest one in juice. Unaona hii juice? Hii unasikia sijui at sugar free. Urongo. There's nothing sugar free. Hakuna. For it to be where it is kwa shelf, there is sugar. Juices. The worst juice ni ile juice unamwaga alafu una mix na maji. Si ndio? You see that one? That is the worst. So all those ones are sugars. Number 3, energy drinks. Energy drinks. When you just take, unasikia mwili unapata nguvu instant, Those are problems. Problems in the long run. Number 4, soda. 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 Fanta orange, Leo tunaambiana tu ukweli na I'm sure watu wengine wanaumia, but sodas are sugars. Do you know 300 ml ya soda ina vijiko ngapi ya sukari? 11. ml. It's even worse. So first, it is the sugar itself. Number 2, it has to be carbonated. And lastly, for it to remain in that shelf, they must have put some chemical for it to stay like that. Sindio? What does not get spoiled is not good for our stomach. Hata maziwa. Unaona hii maziwa? Hii maziwa pasteurized. Ile iko kwa shelf 90 days, si ndio? Maziwa siwa inaharibika. Hiyo inaharibika ndio mzuri kwa mwili yako. Ile inaharibika. Ile kitu inaharibika ndio mzuri. We agree? So milk that does not get bad is not good milk. Think about it. The milk yenye inakaa 90 days has something that you do not need in your gut. That is very difficult to comprehend. So, that takes us to the last part. The last part, I can see it's almost 2, is fasting. fasting. Fasting, si ndio? Fasting. Fasting is spiritual, fasting is physical, fasting is acceptable. So when I say fasting in front of this congregation, naona tunakubaliana, si ndio? Fasting is good. But as you do the spiritual fast, you are doing a very good thing to your physical body. As you do your spiritual fast, you are doing something very good to your physical body. Fasting is good. You can start the easiest one. The easiest one is 12. The easiest, 12. It means 12 hours you eat, 12 hours you don't eat. So that is easy. Yeah? So that is easy. 12 hours you eat, 12 hours you don't eat. So remember, in our tulikuwa na meals mbili, si ndio? You fix them in the 12 hours. You fix the meals in 12 hours. So 12, hiyo ni rahisi because sikuna usiku. Do you eat at night? So it is easy. 12 hours, you only eat during the day. Si ndio? You don't eat at night. That is easy. Number 2, 18:6. 18:6. It means you don't eat, 16:8. Let's go to 16:8 first. 16:8. It means you don't eat for 16 hours. You don't eat for 16 hours. You eat for 6 hours. So the other 6 hours you eat. The other 8 hours, 16:8. The other 8 hours you eat. 16:8. So it is easier because 12 hours ni giza. So you only need how many hours? 4 hours during the day. Hiyo si rahisi. Unaanza saa 4, si ndio? Unamaliza 6. Sio ni rahisi? 6 hours. Saa 4 to saa 10 umemaliza. You don't eat again. The next one is 18:6. 18:6. So for 18 hours, nothing. Remember, it's easier. 12 hours ni usiku, so it is 6 hours ndio utakula. And then lastly is 24 hours. 24-0. So you don't eat for 24 hours. So when you eat today, like when you eat today at 1, we eat again tomorrow at 1. Eat again the other day at 1. So in between, unafanya nini? Maji, number 1. Number 2, or tea. You can take tea, si ndio? Lakini hapana na sausage, na pancake. Na remember, tumesema tuna avoid sugar. Haina sukari. Maji. Take that tea, or you can take coffee. But for the elderly, we want to avoid coffee, si ndio? Let's take tea. Take tea. After that, there is now the other one. 48 hours. 48 hours. 48 hours. 48 hours ni siku ngapi? Siku 2. So ukifunga leo jioni, leo ni siku gani? Thursday, si ndio? Unafungua Saturday jioni. So during this time ni maji tu na nini? Na kachai, si ndio? Kachai bila, na hata kachai kasikwe na maziwa ndio mzuri, si ndio? Ati? Asali. Asali ni sukari. Asali ukiweka unaweka kidogo, si ndio? Tumesema unaanza kidogo mpaka uache, si ndio? It is tasteless but in the long run utaona vizuri. I can give you a testimony. There was a time nilienda nyumbani. I'd gone to see my dad. So I went to my the elder brother, who is now my uncle. And then I met wazee wamekaa. They were taking porridge. Wengi, like there were 6. I don't know what was happening there. All of them were taking porridge. So nikifika, nikaambiwa kijana, ilikuwa naitwa kijana, karibu. Nikapewa kikombe yangu ya uji, si ndio? Ilikuwa moto. Very hot. So what I did, I took a very deep sip. Ikanigonga kwa bowel huku, si ndio? Eh? And then I felt the tastelessness. Haikuwa na sukari. Na umechukua a very big sip. Na hawa ni wazee wamekaa. So it's already inside, you can't spit. Ukitoa ni madharau, si ndio? Eh? Na haina sukari na umezoea sukari, si ndio? Nilijikaza. Ikaenda. So what followed was suffering. Paka vile hiyo kikombe iliisha. I suffered for close to 10 minutes. Ndio hiyo uji ikaisha. I really suffered. But something told me, because I looked at the faces of those other wazee, they were enjoying the porridge. So I asked myself, what is it that they are enjoying? Why can't I be like them? That's the time I took the initiative to try reducing the quantity of the sugar in everything I take. I realized you could even take without. It is possible. But that was an experience that I learned. So that's what took me out of this sugar thing. So sugars are very dangerous if they are consumed in large quantities. So if we can avoid them completely to zero, you are much better off. Sindio? So that marks the end of what I wanted to talk about today. Asanteni sana kwa kunisikiliza.
Bwana asifiwe. Imekuwa mzuri. Haya, any question? Haya.
Okay, Bwana asifiwe. Mine is first to appreciate the work you have done. Your time was good. And also my question is, the same we do to ourselves, the feeding, maybe the fasting. Is it possible for the children? What about the children? Yeah.
Okay, another one.
Bwana asifiwe kila mtu. I'm wondering why is caffeine worse than nicotine in tea?
Hello, my question is on back pain. Maybe you can advise on how to sleep and what to sleep on if you have a challenge in back pain. And another question is, you have not talked about the food with so much sugar. You have only talked about the sugar we put in the tea. Thank you.
Okay, let me answer that. Ya kwanza ilikuwa watoto. No, before we go to that, let's answer this ones first. 3. Watoto, we do not subject them to that, sindio? And you realize children don't have those problems. They only have those problems when they are inactive, sindio? Children don't have those problems. They only have them when they are inactive. Remember, when you take in small quantities and you are active, no problem. The second question was nicotine and caffeine. I don't want to go into controversy. I'm not an expert, but I feel what I've read is caffeine is not good for the elderly one. Should avoid it or reduce it completely. That is caffeine. Number 3 is back pain. Back pain is the way we sleep. So first, back pain could be the problem could be the mattress, sindio? The mattress. So the mattress should be hard. Sometimes we're even told, occasionally, lala chini. Just lie flat. Like this wouldn't be a very good place to sleep. You just lie. And then sleeping position. Sleeping position, this one I was trained, we lie on our left. Sindio? All the time on our left. Sijui kwa sababu roho iko upande hii. On our left is totally different from when you have back pain. You compare when you lie on your left and when you lie on your right. When I say left, what do I mean? This side, unalala hivi, usilale hivi. Ukiturn, when you turn and go to the left again. Wanasema, okay, when you lie on your right, the pain will be intense. So we are reducing the pain. It's actually on the left. What was your second question, madam? Just say it, I'll remember. The food with so much sugar as opposed to the sugar that we add. Sindio? I said we avoid sugars. Sindio? So when I said sugars, I meant everything that has sugar. Sindio? Or if we take it in small quantities. Just that. Yeah. They say sometimes you need basically we need sugar, but you don't need it in large quantities. Next set of questions.
Thank you so much. You've taught us concerning the area of health and nutrition. It's a very good topic. So my question is, when I go to another place, maybe I go to visit someone and someone planned to give me some food, maybe I see the food and maybe I have health issues, and then I eat the problem, and when I swallow it, I feel the problem, I feel some pain. Maybe what should I do about it? And if I have a health problem, maybe I feel sorry telling the person, I can't tell the person. So what do I do? Because we are many visitors maybe in that scenario. So what do I do in that case?
We'll answer that one. When you go somewhere, like today I've come here, yes? Today I've come here, it means that my schedule is going to change. Sindio? Like I came last night, I ate because food was ready, and I left Nairobi before I could eat, so when I came I ate. But the time I ate is not the time I eat. Sindio? So I cheated yesterday. I ate at 10. But what did I do? I took small quantity, kadogo tu, kanafurahisha huyo mtu ambaye ameofa chakula, si ndio? Na wewe pia inakusaidia wewe. And again, I waited for 2 hours before I slept. So that has come in late is digested yote. In the morning, I did not go anywhere. There was nothing. And I've broken my fast by taking tea at 11. I don't know what breakfast is there. But okay, breakfast was there, but again we said, breakfast is not king. They say eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a queen, and dinner like a pauper. Hiyo ni biashara. Yes, the next. Yes, there is someone there. How do we get the microphone to her? And because of time, I'm told we are supposed to be somewhere. There, mwisho kabisa. So, madam, we have answered it. When you get to a new place, do not fail to eat. Eat, but ratio kidogo, small.
Okay. Thank you very much for the presentation. I have a question on food and the time management. I'm wondering, what do you do with those people who already have their lifestyle diseases, and we have talked about the food rations and the time management, and they are already on drugs? How do we go about it?
Thank you very much. I'll answer that immediately. Those are people who have conditions. When you have a conditions, this one I should have said at the beginning, follow what the doctor has prescribed for you. When you have a condition, please. Another condition is pregnancy. Sindio? Pregnancy. Pregnancy, there is no fasting. Sindio? That is a condition. When you have a condition, please follow what is prescribed by your medical doctor. That one I need to clarify. So like we said, when you are ill, when you have just come from surgery, you need more of proteins. So it is out of the norm. Until you recover, you become like the others. So if you are sick, you are in a condition, please follow what the doctor has prescribed for you. One last one. Asanteni sana kwa kunisikiliza.
Bwana asifiwe. Tumefurahia Mungu kwa sababu ya hiyo presentation na tumesaidika. Hatuko pale tulikuwa, tutaendelea hapo mbele. Without wasting time, I want to invite Mr. Karano to give a vote of thanks. Thank you, our presenter, but we have someone who is going to give thanks. Mr. Karano, where are you? What do we call? Thank you, sister. Fanya hivyo on behalf.
Good afternoon. Tunashukuru sana, first of all, to our Creator for such a time and an opportunity such as this. Kubasu, thank you very much, because you took a step when you saw what you saw on that table, and you took it upon you to research and then share with the rest. I'm one person who also appreciates how we feed, and it is good to follow for our health. We are what we eat, that is for sure. So asante sana, tumeshukuru, even for us who listened. We appreciate, and please continue sharing. Thank you.
Sasa nitamwalika Mrs. Waihenya atuelekeze hapo pengine.
Thank you so much. I have announcement. There is somebody who was given, a lady who was given a bag by Carol Meru. Please, if you have that bag, uilete hapa mbele. Mwenye alipewa na hakumrudishia, atailete hapa mbele. Naona masaa imeenda sana. Wakati huu nataka kualika Deputy Secretary. Please, welcome.
Thank you so much. Let's appreciate Mrs. Soihenya. I surely now don't know what to eat, but I'm glad that she is here listening. I'm told that no more chapatis, no more milk, no more mandazis, no more sodas. Mpaka nikasema nyinyi ambao mumesikia ni vizuri, lakini kuna watu watateseka. Wenye walikuwa wanasema murudi, wangoje. I know that when you get back, there will be no more sodas, no chapatis, and they will tell them we learned a lot about nutrition. Thank you so much. Let's appreciate once again our facilitator. Thank you so much, because indeed we are what we eat, and it's good to watch our diet. Thank you so much for that. Now, because of time, consulting whether I can have one chapati in the morning before I start the day. All right, I'm told that there's something that he wanted to mention. Let me just first of all give it to him about mafuta. Aongea kidogo ndio nifanye some few announcements. Yes.
Amesema kitu nikakumbuka kuhusu mafuta ya kupika, si ndio? Mafuta ya kupika, all these seed oils are not good for us. Seed oils are not good for us for cooking. Seed oil ni Elianto, name them. Fresh, sunflower oil. Tulisema kawaida imekuwa sawa. Kawaida imekuwa sawa. Hata kawaida inasemekana ukisema anything to the contrary, wewe ndio mbaya. This is a point of information. Ghee, mafuta ya ng'ombe, tallow are the best for cooking. Tumesikia? And they are okay. It is information that I felt I should tell you. Seed oils are not good. We need the natural fats. Tallow, ghee, hizo. Hiyo ya ng'ombe hiyo. I'm also struggling to make sure that that's what I eat, si ndio? But that is what is advised. Asante sana.